Hello, are we live? Thank you everybody for joining. Welcome back to Debate Direct. It feels like it's been a while because for the first time in the whole history of Debate Direct, I attempted doing an episode in the middle of the week rather than the end of the week. And as actually part of the planned schedule. And I want to do a few more extra ones in between and have solo ones in the middle of the week because I tried doing this stream. And the attempt failed. You can find the original unlisted in the description. I don't think I added it yet, so I'm going to add it now. But I tried doing the stream, and it didn't work out because none of my collaborators showed up. I was feeling sick. There weren't many people watching anyway. And all it's done now is save time on the early part of this stream to stop it from dragging. Because, as you can see, guys, today we've got a huge collab. This is quite a large number of people, or players. We've almost hit the cap. But today, I am joined by Diamond Chef, True Player, Jellyfish, and Platy Games. And I'll introduce them to you all now. There's today's like goal on Kyoto. If this gets 15 likes, I will do another Debate Direct episode very soon. And, well, whoever wins the QOTD gets a free shout-out in the description. Well, it's not free, but I'll pick the winner. It's like a competition kind of thing, you know? And yeah, I'll start talking about today's topic in just a moment. Also, do tell me if the audio balance is good, because I have a consistent problem of my collaborators being too quiet to be heard properly. So as you can see here, I've turned myself quite far down and the desktop audio quite far up. So I'm going to undeafen, and I'm now going to introduce all of my collaborators in alphabetical order. Their links are actually in the description. So first of all, we have Diamond Chef, who I discovered on, I believe, Game Jollies. That's the link I've got. Hello, DC. How you doing, Diamond Man? What's up? Hey,
hello.
Tell us a little bit about yourself. How you doing today? I'll see you in chat as well.
I'm doing pretty good. So I'm Diamond Chef. I'm the one who's making the one and only FNAF builder.
Yes, FNAF builder!
I'm also the amazing owner of my Discord server, Community Build.
I'm actually a member of Community Build. There it is, guys. Ignore the fact that I'm using Discord themes. Alright, it's really messy because it's a very active... Oh my god, he gave me another shout out. Let's go. Oh my goodness. Guys, if anyone's come from the Community Build server, hello. Dude, it's an absolute honor to get a shout out from you because you're kind of a big deal. No offense to everyone else, but I mean, you got a lot of followers. Someone ate your potato chips, apparently.
Yes. And
Alright.
really, everything's linked on the Game Jolt page to my Discord, and the Game Jolt's down there for you can follow Community Build. Awesome. Or, I mean, FNAF Builder, but yeah, that's really me.
That's the guy. Next is Ethan, aka True Player, and I think he doesn't need an introduction. We all know him. You've met him before. Now, I think we might be having issues right now. He can't even hear anything. Oh, the poor dude. I can see you're in the live chat, but I think, yeah, Ethan's having some technical issues. How are you all doing in chat, anyways? I can see that DJ is here. Beans. Let's not go back to Beans. Hello Platy. Hello Ronan. Hello Livy. The imposter is sus. Glitch, nice to see you all. And thank you for the shirt. I don't know, mate. It's unlucky, Ethan. Just use live chat if nothing else is working. But hopefully we can fix his tech issues in a moment. So let's move on to the next person. Because we all know Ethan by now. He's got a YouTube channel, guys, and it's all linked in the description. Jelly, who has their Tumblr link. She doesn't really have any other social pages. Hello, Jelly. How are you doing today?
Yeah, hi. I'm pretty fine. I'm sort of antisocial, as you said. I just can't stand really much social media. So, yeah. Hi, everybody.
If you want to contact her, guys, this is her page. We actually met through Dungeons and Dragons. Ronan's hosting a D&D. You know what? We should have linked. We should have linked Orcus Chronicles, shouldn't we? Because she's actually participating in a campaign which... my attendance of which is decreasing with every session, and it's pretty cool. It's pretty funky. Yeah, here it is.
I mean, you should be happy. Your character isn't dead yet, so
yeah. I've never played Dungeons & Dragons before. It's my first time, but she's a veteran. Yeah, pretty cool stuff. Guys, go check out Orcless. You know, I'm just gonna link this as a bonus because
it's fun though.
It's just that good.
Even if you guys, for some reason or whatever reason, don't feel like watching 3 hours long videos, I mean, if you can, then give it just try in real life or whatever with friends, because D&D is fine. It's fun.
It's a good game. Also, ignore the fact that
Yeah.
profile picture's sideways, guys. It's part of the design. It's
It's
intentional.
totally in character.
Yeah.
My full name is Jellyfish, Silly Jellyfish, so it's silly, it's the
Kit
point.
Jellyfish dough. Jelly.
Yeah.
Anyway, hello, Ethan.
That was some fucking old Star Wars reference.
Oh,
I even
very.
forgot what it was about, but I
Ethan's
just
mic's
didn't change it
working.
back.
Guys, Ethan's mic's
Finally.
working. Hello, Ethan. Nice to hear you. You don't need an introduction, but yeah, guys, go subscribe to him on YouTube. He has a YouTube channel. He does some pretty epic things. Look, I can probably get it up without even. There it is. There it is. Guys.
I make content with 520 subscribers.
520, guys. That's actually pretty good. It's more than me.
Nice.
And yeah, loads of no commentary FNAF stickman. That kind of thing. Speaking.
As I said,
Yeah.
hang on. As I said that, my brother said, "Did I hit 5 million?"
Well, I mean.
I mean,
lots of
maybe
it.
eventually.
Yeah, but speaking of YouTube channels, our last collaborator on the list is Platty Games, who we've met before, but like most of you here, is appearing in Debate Direct for the first time. Hello, Platty. Introduce yourself. How are you?
Hello, my name is Platty Games, and I run a YouTube channel where I just play random games, whatever games I really want to play. Honestly, I don't have I don't really stick to a schedule on what games I play. But
You see his channel here, guys.
I've been recently making videos with Matt, like exclusive content with Matt.
Loads, yeah. Guys, I didn't stream on Friday, but I recorded 3 videos in that day, 2 with DJ and 1 with Platty. If you want to find it, it'll be uploaded here soon. Look, I played Fortnite, guys. Not clickbait. Gone wrong. I played Minecraft with him, but yeah, there's a load of good stuff in this. So yeah, go check him out. Up his subscriber count. And yeah, that's.
Matt plays Fortnite. Impossible.
I did play Fortnite, guys. I don't hate Fortnite at all. I think it's a good game. I'm not personally interested, but I think it's a good, well-designed game. So anyways, we're all here. We'll stop wasting time. We're 10 minutes in. We're gonna have a good old debate. So I'm just gonna read chat for a second. Thank you all. Diamond Chef, very kind. Yep, I am having a great day. I think probably. I hope we're having a good day. Yeah, sorry. If the audio balance is good now, I'm just gonna take my headphones out and check the audio balance for 1 second. I can't hear any of you, so forgive me. But I want to make sure the audio balance is good. Let's see. Yeah, I think it's good now. Alright, cool. So boys, let's get started. So, today's topic, Simps and Stans. Bad things, question mark. Online culture in the 21st century has led to many things, good and bad. The emerging of simps and stans raises many questions. What are they? How are they similar? How are they different? Do they have a good purpose or a bad purpose, or both, or neither? And ultimately, should they be respected, feared, hated, or loved? These terms have been somewhat controversial, so I do want to talk opinions and, really delve into, what it means to be a simp or a stan, or, what it is. But yeah, let's start simple and get our criteria. So if I go into my bookmarks, I will actually find that because the failed attempt at this stream was, I was on my own. I was finding all of these definitions. I actually have a load of URLs that we can just open right away. We can just open all of these right now. And I'll open these in a second. Now, for the sake of simplicity, we could go with stan first, alright? And it will become immediately obvious when we look at what simp is. So, a stan, according to dictionary.com, is a slang for someone who's a very zealous fan, especially of a celebrity or music group. Stan can also be a verb for liking something a great deal. According to bustle.com, someone wrote an article. Well, they cite Urban Dictionary, so it's not exactly the most reliable source. But apparently it's a portmanteau, I think that's pronounced, which is basically a word for fusion. It's a bit weird, I had to look that up. But yeah, it's a fusion of the words stalker and fan. So a stalker fan, stan. And it refers to someone who is overly obsessed with a celebrity. I'm just gonna highlight that, because that's actually a decent definition. According to our other 3 sources, let's see, I used Oxford Dictionary, which says an overzealous or obsessive fan of a particular celebrity. I've got Stan on Urban Dictionary, which says that it's actually a reference to the Eminem song Stan. That's where it originates from. The song is about an overly obsessed fan named Stan who writes letters to Eminem and ends up driving off a bridge with his pregnant wife because Eminem didn't write him back. I know, weird. But the term defines a very, very overzealous and obsessed fan of a celebrity, band, cast of a TV show or movie. And finally, we have the Cambridge Dictionary definition: someone who greatly admires a singer or other famous person to an extent that is unusual. So we've got a bunch of sources here, and I think they all broadly agree. Dictionary.com's reliable. Oxford is definitely reliable. Cambridge is definitely reliable. We've also got this Bustle article and Urban Dictionary. Do we agree with this definition? Do we agree that it's someone who is extremely zealous in admiring and, I guess, worshipping a celebrity or something famous, and it can also be used as a verb? Do we agree with that?
Yes, I do agree with that, because
I
Yeah.
do.
ever since I first heard of it, I always thought it was short for stalker fan.
Yeah, only
Or
one of the articles
superfan.
mentions that. Now that's interesting. I've heard of superfan, which I'll get onto. That's a different source, but yeah, I've only one of these says stalker fan, which is interesting.
I first heard of the words.
I agree, but I would just like to point out that the word is also used as a verb, like if you like something really, really well. But which is interesting that when someone says that I stand this, they usually are not exactly stalker. They are just like really into this, but
Mm-hmm.
I have never heard someone say like I stand this and I'm going to annoy this celebrity or whatever.
Mm.
It's more like higher than like.
So it's like
kind
rather than
of,
a fan,
not
being
exactly
a stan
obsession.
is like it's like a hierarchy, right?
Yeah, but sort of, but I'm just saying that the same word can be used as the name of a person, which I would agree with the definition, or as a word for saying an activity of being a fan and supporting. Supporting fan, that kind of stan.
Okay.
Because I have heard it in this situation, in this position, the word.
Okay.
So I just want to point out that this is also one of possible definitions.
If anyone has anything to add, just like feel free to jump in. I want to hear all your opinions on it. But yeah, stan. So super.
I don't really think that it stands for stalker fan.
Okay.
Because mainly due to like the whole dream thing going on, and
Beat me to it. Go on.
I honestly think that when Dream came around, Stan gained more popularity because everybody was like, "Oh my God, they're just standing Dream," you know. But I don't think that it actually means stalker fan.
Interesting. I will say the one source out of these 5 that does mention stalker fan, the 1 out of 5 is not a dictionary. It's an article. It's an article written by Maddie Foley, who has their own views and opinions and biases. Although their source is Urban Dictionary, the Urban Dictionary definition I've got is a different definition, so there must be multiple entries because Urban Dictionary is a bloody mess. But yeah, if I look up, if I search stalker fan, am I going to get stan? Not really. I've got one result that's mentioned stan. 2, but yeah, they don't quite line up, so that's interesting.
I think I would like to point out about a stan also. Stalker fan, super fan, I feel like it all kind of leads in eventually into the same area. It's just a fan of somebody that's like, they think they're like maybe, how do I put it? Like best fan,
I think
I'm
the
like
crucial word here
popular
is
fan.
zealotry, okay? They're zealous. They are very, very passionate about being a fan. They go above and beyond to be, obsessed with, for example, a celebrity. So let's use the Dream example. Platty beat me to it. Brilliant. So, Dream, the Minecraft YouTuber, if you haven't heard of him, he's don't know how.
I got a question.
Yeah.
What does zealous mean?
Zealous. Look it up. It's like passion. It's like
It's
having
like
a strong
very
feeling.
eager.
Yeah, eagerness.
Very eager in something.
It's spelled Zealous. Just search it up. And about searching up other words within the definition, there's a lot of that coming up. Sorry, guys, I'm literate, but I'm not that literate. But I don't know if the majority of you will have, Anyway, but yeah, so...
Honestly, as someone who is a native English speaker, I feel you. I've read so many things and I still find myself searching
I can
through
barely
dictionaries
speak
and
a second
translate
language
it.
on my Yeah, but so let's keep this moving. So I think we can broadly agree it's about having zealous and obsessive fans. The stalker part, maybe. Some people are saying super fan. Dream, I wanted to clarify, because of all the negativity around his stance, he considered it more of being a super fan rather than a stalker fan, because obviously stalking is a bad thing. It has negative connotations. People don't actually stalk Dream, although his address was doxed, which is why he is now homeless.
They could stalk him. We don't know.
Yeah.
They could have stalked him. We don't know.
Well, there might have been one or two, but like what I'm saying is that, you know, people who say, "Oh yeah, I'm a Dream stan," the majority of them don't stalk Dream. I don't think there's evidence to really prove. I mean, you can disprove that. I'll be proven wrong if there's evidence, but when people say, "Oh, I'm a K-pop stan," because they have loads of stans from me, do they actually stalk them? Sometimes.
Sometimes.
But I wouldn't say it's as wide, like stalking is as widespread as this stan word, because I see this a lot online on Instagram and Tumblr and whatever. It's, you know, it's like people are like devote themselves to a celebrity or whatever. Will casually use this word, I think. So I think the stalker part is kind of subjective, but yeah, it's about zealotry. So let's close the book on that one for now, okay? We have a definition of stan, and we agree to it.
I really agree with what you just said.
Yeah.
Cool. Brilliant.
That's
Cheers,
for
lads.
myself, pretty much,
Yep.
yes.
We're on the same
Good, because
same level.
we're all about to turn to a different page, alright? Because stan's simple. Simp is not. So, I'm bringing two
Simp
things
is-
together in this debate, okay? Stanning and simping, because obviously you can conjugate them as verbs as well as nouns. Now, a simp is a bit more complicated, because I searched for a definition to this, and every single page that I found gave a different definition to the word simp. Every single page. So here's just a few of the best ones. So on dictionary.com, according to them, simp is a slang insult for men who are seen as too attentive and submissive to women, especially out of a failed hope of winning some entitled sexual attention or activity from them. Okay, reliable source, professional, cool. The tab has, again, this is just a person writing an article, not a dictionary definition, so take it with a grain of salt. But I think it's decent, although it does cite Urban Dictionary, kind of like the other one. In short, a simp is the new soft boy. A simp is a boy who is a romantic failure, and the Simp Nation is a collection of these boys, all united over their failings. He's the type of boy you tell the girls is a little too nice. And according to Urban Dictionary, a simp can be defined as a man who puts himself in a subservient/submissive position under women in the hopes of winning them over without the female bringing anything to the table. Or a man who prides himself with chivalry in hopes of getting sexual gratification from women. I know this is complicated, but stick with me, okay? We're going to take our time, look back over these. There's a whole bunch more pages, so I'm just going to read them out and then we'll discuss. So, I found a definition on Metro here, which again is an article, so you know, none of these are definitive. Well, clearly they're not, because they all disagree. Apparently simp... Okay, well, this is a bit of a rude word, but I don't shy away from saying rude things, so for the sake of clarification, I'm going to say it once. According to word on the internet, it's an abbreviation for sucker idolizing mediocre pussy. So,
That's the best one so far.
in case that wasn't
Honestly.
clear, because it took me a few rereads to understand this. Sucker is the noun, the man, idolizing, the verb, and then the other noun is mediocre, p-word. You know, sexual gratification. A simp is the way that Gen Z described the millennial nice guy, is another way they put it. So, we've got that to consider. And oddly enough, this actually does turn up more than once. On the Men's Health website. Again, most of these are articles rather than dictionary definitions. Not good, but don't worry, a balance will come up. Everyone's like, yes, I know I'm using Urban Dictionary as a source. Well, if it's the best you got, I guess. But this is exactly the same as the other article, actually. A simp is a man that puts himself in a subservient/submissive position under women in hopes of winning them over without the female bringing anything to the table. The word is supposedly an acronym, so this one also acknowledges the SIMP acronym. So we're starting to see a little bit of clarity, a bit of continuity, a bit of agreement. Although this is a very opinionated article, the definitions are sound, well, at least compared to some of the others. On InTheKnow.com, according, again, everyone keeps citing Urban Dictionary. I've forgotten how many of these there were. According to Urban Dictionary, a simp is someone who does way too much for a person they like. Very vague and broad compared to the ones before, but not wrong, not inaccurate. Unfortunately, the Oxford English Dictionary has not decided to weigh in on simping yet, so Urban Dictionary is the highest authority we have. I cringe when I read that because I would consider dictionary.com higher than Urban Dictionary. I would consider Merriam-Webster, which I have here, a higher authority, which is... and Know Your Meme, which is pretty good. But yeah, that is a simple definition there. Just 2 more to go. Simp often interpreted...
As far as...
Yeah.
I just wanted to say, as far as dictionary goes, you have to realize that this whole simp and stan and stuff, this is something that people online just developed. The word itself, maybe, I don't know, maybe few years old, but it only ever started to get used up pretty recently.
Yeah, language...
And it's not something that just enters the dictionary as it is.
Exactly.
It
Language
usually
is a very
takes a
fluid
while.
thing. And dictionaries...
Yes, and
there's
that's
delay
why I'm
times. They don't
thinking,
catch up until a bit later.
I have
there's
something to add.
plenty of trollers on Urban Dictionary because sometimes when I find some word, an acronym, I'm not sure what it's about. I have to go to Urban Dictionary, and half of those entries are just fucko dumbas jokes. Yeah, but
Indeed.
sometimes, that's the thing, because it's sort of like in Wikipedia for language, so that everybody can enter. And you often find there like people from small fandoms and from some subgroups, subcultural unities or whatever. You find these people bringing in definitions you couldn't find anywhere else.
Indeed.
So I would say the Urban Dictionary has some value in this.
Oh, okay, fair enough, because they're like on the ball, so to speak.
Yes.
Yeah, I just want to say thank you to everyone who's left a like, by the way. 7 likes with 1 dislike already is amazing. So leave a like if you want to see more, because we're already like halfway to 15. I'm just going to finish off these definitions. Yeah, what is it?
I have something to add about
Go on, add.
Well, from what I heard, this is most likely wrong, but apparently the word simp basically came popular, kind of like how Stan came popular from Dream, came popular from Pokemon. Because everybody would donate like money to her, like every single one of her.
Oh, I remember that. I remember that.
It's still going.
Yeah.
And that's interesting because the simp on Know Your Meme definition. Okay, so it mentions the acronym. It's also been defined as a portmanteau fusion of the word sissy and pimp, which has not been said anywhere else. So that's interesting. It's a slang expression used to ridicule males who are perceived as being overly invested in a woman and acting submissive to that person. The expression is often used in a meaning similar to a white knight, or referring to fans of female Twitch streamers. So there's a little thing there. It's been popularized by members of the anti-feminist movement. Yikes, there's an anti-feminist movement. What the fuck is wrong with people? And on Merriam-Webster, apparently, it's an abbreviation of simpering, which is marked by insipidity or affected by ingratiating timidity. So I had to look up all of those words. Simpering, basically, well, you've got ingratiate. It's like, it's basically, it's complicated. Ingratiating is intended or adopted in order to gain favor. So it's like flattering, charming, agreeable, pleasing. And then timidity is to do with lack of willingness to assert oneself and take risks. Quality of being shy and nervous. I'm going to skip through these ones because there's just too many. Basically, simpering means like, submissive, roughly. A lot of words there, I know. But DC's just given us a short history of the word simp. Thanks, mates. A short history. Let's give this a real... The hydration simp nation. Terrible idea. Let's not go there yet. Let's refrain from having opinions. Short history of simp. I'm going to speed read through this, guys. Apparently, it's not new. It's old. And it's been dragged into fresh popularity. Because in the same way that older songs can find new audiences on TikTok, older slang emerges on the app to be championed by a broader, younger audience. Apparently it goes as far back as 1985 in the lyrics of a West Coast rapper called Too Short. The evolution of simp. Apparently it's a prime insult, a misogynist one that implies a person is unmanly. In today, which is interesting. It's the opposite of pimp, according to Too Short. It really degrades the person who you're aiming at. So simp's an insult, according to some. And the word's current
believe it.
definition isn't too far from too short, apparently. What was that, Platty?
I said I do believe it's been an insult.
Anyway, I'm not going to go through all of this right now, but it's definitely it's definitely tying back in with the other definitions. But there's not one consistent definition. So, what do we think the definition is? Can we agree with any of the definitions here? Is it possible to agree with all of them?
I think I'm also think it's someone who's trying to impress a girl but fails.
Okay.
Problem is, when you think about words, especially a word simp, so many people use it in so many different ways that I feel like a definition cannot really be pinpointed. It's in an area.
So perhaps it has multiple definitions.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would agree with that.
I agree with that, yeah.
Yeah, I'm good with that as well.
Okay, so of my list, I'm going to take out ITK because the definition's really vague. Someone who does way too much for a person they like. I think I'm starting with dictionary.com because this is like the first result. So, slang insult for men, definitely, because this article is explaining that it's inherently sexist and it's supposed to attack like people who, like men who aren't perceived as manly enough, which is, you know, I'd like to think we've moved past that, but clearly not. And also, it's about being attentive, but also submissive. Zealous, but shy. Not the same as Stan, or maybe it is, we'll come to that. But it's... I don't know. It does mention chivalry in this one definition, but I don't know if subservience is the same as chivalry. Kind of. And there is an acronym, but I would contest that the acronym was probably invented after the word, because there's no etymology for it here, and sometimes people do that with existing words to try and explain them more easy to people. And also, it's a little crude. And there's an inconsistency. It says sakaz here, and it says sucker there. It's spelled it differently on one page from the other. So, but the acronym has appeared on 3 of my results, so...
I don't know, I don't think that the acronym is properly describes
What do we
it
think of the
insults.
acronym?
Yeah, I don't think the acronym really fits it well.
Well, I think DC's been the wisest here because it is a range. There are specific moments where it's been used to like attack, you know, people who like donate a lot to Pokimane or whatever. But can we broadly agree that it's about... So a simp is a man who is extremely subservient and obsessed with a woman out of a failed hope of winning some entitled sexual attention from them.
Yeah.
Gratification. Do we agree with that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Can contest it. What about Merriam-Webster? Because it's gone. Merriam-Webster is completely different to others. It says it's abbreviation of simpering, which is kind of connected because ingratiating timidity is pretty similar to subservience and submission. It's a little confusing. But if we can agree on that, we can move on to the next part of the debate.
Yeah, I agree on that.
Yeah. Didn't you say
really
somewhere
good.
that simp was short for simpleton?
Oh yeah, I don't know where that's gone, but yeah, I remember now. There was an article that said it was short for simpleton, apparently, which is interesting. I don't think that's true though, because I only saw like one result, and like a lot of these definitions, they're broadly consistent. It's a little difficult, but I don't think it's short for simpleton, because it just doesn't line up with the history and everything.
Can I point out that a simp is not somebody who, say, a guy buys a female flowers, or a guy takes a female out on a date? That is not a simp, because I see a lot of people calling people simps over doing the smallest things for a female. And I just want to point out that, like, a simp, if you're giving hundreds and hundreds of dollars away to a woman, then you could be considered a simp. But if you're just doing something small for a female, I do not believe that is a simp at all.
Even if the thing
I
you're
would
doing
disagree with this
is out
about
of,
the fact that.
go on.
Yeah, I just want to say, at least the way I understand this isn't about. This is about the submission, and many men think that when they are submissive or when some other men are submissive, it's a form of them being weak or something. So I think that this is where the insulting part of the word. And just because someone expresses their likes and expresses their relationship to other people, whether it's by giving gifts, by providing money, or doing services, this is exactly what 5 languages of love are about. Not everybody is about touching, not everybody is about sex, not everybody is about cuddling on the couch. Some people just find their own fulfillment by giving things, by giving services. But because of the sexism, many men see this as the female role. Females are the one who are supposed to give, they're supposed to care, not men. And then we got that simpleton simp insult.
Very
At least
insightful,
that's the
Jelly.
way I see it.
Yeah, no, I agree. I'd like to bring up Super Mario DJ's comment in chat. He says his suggestion is, well, he gave an example. He said, if someone, if a guy holds a door open for a girl, that doesn't make them a simp or a stan, right? But what about the intent? So, Diamond Chef, going back to your example, if a man does something, small and simple for him that isn't like extreme in any way, but the intent is there for entitled sexual gratification down the line, does that still make them a simp or not? That's the question.
I
I
mean,
would say
it can
no.
also, yeah, no.
No. So it's the extremity of the action that makes them a simp rather than just a gentleman, a nice guy. I'm a bit of a nice guy, to be honest. At least I used to be. I've held a lot of doors open for a lot of people. Boys, girls, children, adults. I mean, when I was a child. So, yeah, anyway.
Oh, yeah. Thing is, can a female be a simp to a guy also?
I mean, there's that, because all of these definitions, all of them, have inherently assumed that it's about men to women, and that's the only way, not considering, women to men, or women to women, or whatever. I'm going to stick with the simple male to female example for this, but I think it's worth considering that actually to limit it by gender is a bit arbitrary, and I don't think that's...
I don't think that the word simp can be limited to male failing to attract a female. It can also be associated with female failing to attract a male. But the way the way people associate the word, they just associate it with males.
It may be that the majority or the stereotype is male to female.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Stereotype.
I am aware of Twitch culture. There are a lot of reasons I'm never probably going to stream on Twitch. I hate to ruin your hope, guys. I know some people suggested I stream Twitch before, but one of them's the culture. Twitch thoughts, simps, it's all there. Now, what was I going to say? So, do we have anything else to say about the definition of simp? Do we agree on the definition? I was reading chat as well. I'm sorry if Glitch. If you just say whether you agree or disagree with something, get something going because there's a lot to talk about. But fair enough.
I agree with what Diamond Chef is saying.
Yeah. Like if DJ holds a door open for a girl, I'm not going to assume he's a simp. It's like Jelly said, it's like, the crucial thing here is the intent of entitled sexual attention, or, what was the other word? Gratification. Because, if it's not, sexual, or at least, I guess, romantic gratification, it's not really simping, is it?
No.
It doesn't really cut it if it's, like,
just
out of being kind, or just efficiency, or whatever.
What if it's...
It's just like a one-time thing.
Hold on. What if it's like your sister and you just open the door for her? Like, what does that mean?
Whoa, buddy!
Whoa,
that is definitely not simping.
whoa. That's
I know.
that's
911.
going a bit too far there.
Moment. One moment. When it comes to brothers
Hold
and
up.
sisters, the right answer is to slam these doors into their face, no matter the gender. Yeah. So it is totally different.
So Jelly, you have siblings. You know the way.
Yeah, I have younger sister.
Tasha, guys, you guys have met Tasha. If you haven't, she's my sister. She features on streams all the time. We did a thing the other day in Minecraft. We're savage to each
I'm
other.
terribly
all
sorry
the
to
time.
everybody with sisters and brothers, but like
Yeah.
this is the sibling dynamic. Just
But yeah, I'm reading what you're saying, DJ, and I absolutely agree. I mean, I think we can roughly agree. So we've got a definition of simp. I'm leaning heavily on a dictionary.com here because I think it's the most reliable, but I think the tab is pretty good. And I think Know Your Meme is also pretty reliable. I'm not sure about Merriam-Webster. I think Merriam-Webster, this is actually not the same word, but a similar word. Which, and Merriam-Webster just doesn't have simp in its, database. So it's just brought me to a similar word. For example, there is a word that sounds like a racist slur, but is actually completely disconnected and is just by coincidence similar looking and sounding. I can hear noise. Is that on speaking or is my mic breaking?
Probably just me.
Yeah, sorry, I don't know what that was.
Is
But,
What's the word then?
is this word you're referring to a similar word to the N word?
Yes, it's on screen. I'm not gonna say it because someone will edit it out and accuse me of racism. Although it would be funny for a meme, maybe if you do it right.
It would be funny for
No,
Matt to
no.
miss, but I'm not going to do it.
No, please. I'm too small
sorry,
YouTube
guys,
for this. But
I'm not watching YouTube. Can someone type it into Discord because I don't
got
know what word you are talking about.
5 out of 6 letters at the start, which are almost identical to a variant of the N-word. But the meaning's completely, it's just completely unassociated. And I think with having simpering appear on Merriam-Webster, I think it's the same thing. So I'm going to remove this from my list because I think it's just a different
What
word
about-
with a very similar look and definition.
What about Nigeria Falls?
That's an overplaced plan. That's not even close. I mean,
Kind of.
yeah, I guess. Whatever. Yeah, same thing, I guess. But so the enduring power of simp. Just at the end of the New York Times article. Very good source, by the way. Well done. What's your name? DC. I'm just going to call you DC. It's less of a mouth than Diamond Chef. It's a good nickname. Your Batman comics. The enduring power of simp. Linguistic quality shared by a lot of timeless slang. It's short, punchy, and easy to pronounce. It's a word that sounds quite dismissive and authoritative in its way. You can see it as being kind of a useful insulting term. Yeah, it'll be a negative word if you're called that. So, simp is a negative word. Simp is absolutely an insult. What about stan? Because stan was much clearer in its definition, so we didn't get to delve into the social history of it quite as much. What do we think from experience about the word stan compared to simp?
I've only ever heard the word stand from Dream Stands.
Alright. So, let's start comparing them, okay? What is similar and what is different about simps and stans? Alright, we've got our definitions. In fact, I'll even type out my own on screen so you can literally see word for word. But do feel free to just say whatever. So, stan and simp. Stanley liked to push buttons. Yeah, no, just anything, guys. Similarities, differences. So, Stan.
I gotta go, guys.
You gotta go.
Okay.
Alright, well, it's been a
Okay,
pleasure having you,
bye.
Platty. Until next time.
Bye.
Yeah,
Bye-bye.
Thanks for having
nice
me,
to
guys.
meet you.
Bye bye.
Alright, shame. We're a man down, so I gotta keep up the pace. So, Stan, zealous/obsessive fan. I'm compressing this as much as I can to be as simple as possible.
I have a similarity. So stans are obsessed with being a fan of someone, and simps are obsessed with trying to impress someone.
Bingo. So it's the obsession, right? Simp is again, I know. I think limiting it by gender is arbitrary, but for the sake of the majority, stereotype and all that, I'm gonna just go with what is in the definitions here. Male, I'm going to say desperately, because I think desperation is a synonym with the other words. Desperately seeking female attention for sex. Classic. I can't spell. Desperately. Come on. But yeah, you can see there's also the acronym, but I think I'm going to ignore the acronym. It does appear a few times, but it's not consistent. Sissy and Pimp is interesting. It doesn't bring that up anywhere else, but I think the original song, which mentions Simp, is supposed to be a combination of Sissy and Pimp. But it's resurfaced, so that has been forgotten. Oh, I forgot. Attentive and submissive. Submissive male, desperately... I don't know if I spelled that right. Seeking female attention for sex. I mean... The acronym includes the word idolizing. I think that's important. I think the idolatry is important. I'm going to say idol female. Alright, not that the female actually is an idol, but from the male's point of view. What they perceive to be an idol. Okay, so I have my definitions. I would say they're both very zealous and obsessive. And actually, you can be both a simp and a stan. Well, let me frame it this way. You can be a stan and also no. You can be a stan without being a simp, but you can't be a simp without being a stan. And at this point, the Vsauce music would start playing. But we've got Minecraft in the background right now. So... Stans are just people who are zealous and obsessive about being a fan of whatever. It could be a person, like Dream, a content creator. It could be a music group, like K-pop. It could be, you know, just a kind of a fiction. It could be a fictional entity, like the Five Nights at Freddy's franchise, the Marvel franchise.
Literally any big YouTuber.
It could be a person or a celebrity, more often, but it could also be an idea, a kind of fandom, a thing, a franchise, or just a piece of fiction. It could be pretty much anything. A simp...
Yeah, you just said it.
I'm going to argue that a simp is just a stan that is specifically a submissive male idolizing a female in the hope of an entitled sexual gratification. And that a simp is just a particular strain of stan. What do we think?
Oh, I got something. Like,
on, Ethan,
so
tell us.
a stan is like... Okay, so they're a fan, but that's all they really are. They're like a really big fan of this person.
Right.
A simp is actually going out and doing stuff for this person that they're trying to simp for.
Ooh, good point. It's like
Yeah.
the prejudice versus... Oh, hello, Platty, you're back.
Yeah, man.
Hi.
You can stay?
Sorry, my back was hurting, so I just had to get up for a bit.
Oh, I thought you had to go. I thought you had to leave.
I thought you had to leave as well.
I thought you weren't coming back.
No, I just worded it a little bit wrong. that's
Boy.
all.
Oh, I'm sorry,
That's
guys.
fair.
I had to go. My back was hurting.
Hey, listen, I have back problems too. For all you know, this guy has, like, a broken back, alright? His back's just, like, you know... Like...
Alright, fair enough. I'm sorry.
I
What's
do
the-
actually.
Oh, you want to explain? CG5 has it, guys.
I have scoliosis in 3 curves. I have an
That's
ICD
actually
surgery
really
on
nasty.
the 25th.
Like,
I have to
3
do
curves.
surgery.
Right, like,
I
one
have
is
to do
bad.
surgery.
2 is awful, but yeah, he's gonna get surgery, guys. Surgery on a grape. No, sorry. Bad repressed memories. But yeah.
I am a grape.
Yeah,
I am a
he's a grape with scoliosis, guys. But anyways,
Yeah.
back on topic.
Back on topic.
F for
I was
Platty's
gonna
bag. I
say-
hope you feel somewhat comfortable. So, Platty, all you missed was I made an argument that you can be a stan without being a simp, but you can't be a simp without being a stan. A stan is a zealous and obsessive fan, whereas a simp is a very specific strain of stans who are submissive males idolizing females in the hope of entitled sexual gratification. And I think that's the distinction. So, any thoughts on this? Do we agree, disagree, alternative proposals?
I'm confused on the last part. Why can't a simp also? Why does a simp also have to be a stan?
Because I think simps are just a variant of a stan, because they are both very obsessive and attentive about their thing, whether it be a celebrity, as with the case of female Twitch streamers, you know, they are technically, from a certain point of view, celebrities, or, you know, a work of fiction, a franchise, books, movies, TV shows, video games, a group of people. And I think with stans, it's not as specific. It's often a celebrity, but it can be something else. Because I've seen people standing fictional characters, which is even weirder, but let's not go there.
Oh my god.
But a simp...
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Go on.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't really agree. As
Go
much
on.
with that. Like I agree with some parts, but not all of it.
Yeah?
Like, I don't really think that simps are a strand of stans. I more think that like they're kind of different but similar.
Yeah.
I don't think that they're
Yeah,
just the
I
same
would
thing.
But they're
agree
not
with
actually
that.
connected
Like,
that.
Yeah.
they aren't connected like being like a subclass of each other, but more like Sims just often happen to be Stan. And those are just two different things. Because
DC?
honestly, I would consider myself Stan in a few things because like,
Yeah, okay.
you know, when you are a fan of something, you just like the thing. But when you are Stan, you are like actively following the media, like not in stalking way, but like they are already doing that, you know, towards people. They post things, they post videos, they post information
Videos?
about their news.
Videos?
Videos, whatever.
I could explore
Whatever. The
Videos.
point is like
God.
you are following these people and you are like keeping in touch with news about these people. That is what I would consider being a stan.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I
Not
just-
everybody of these people have to be like toxic person that just goes to like a convention.
Indeed. Well, we'll get to the
starts
negative
to,
connotation soon, because
yeah.
some people love them,
yeah.
some people hate them. It's a big contest. Platty,
Yeah.
you want to say something?
It's just like when someone is fan, you maybe make them can ask them about something and they can talk you about something like topic. It can be sports, it can be car racing, it can be whatever. Yeah, but but then you have like this extra level of people who have like everything covered in pictures of that one person, and that I would consider being sim.
Okay.
Because that's just like that's not healthy anymore. That's just some obsessive behavior, and that would be called simp in like not a slur, but like at least for me like a definition of that type of a fan. Simp.
Going back to stans also,
Yep.
you can also take into account that stans, like if we're going back to dream stans, say Mr. Matt were to say something that he doesn't like about Dream,
Right.
all bunch of Dream stans could come and start defending them and, you know,
Oh,
attacking
guys,
Mr. Matt.
Dream cheated. There's
that.
this huge essay which explains with facts and evidence that the odds of him getting the blaze rods and enderpearl drops are astronomical, and the only possible answer is that he cheated. Ignore Dream's response, obviously, because that totally didn't debunk that. So if I would like to say that, and then the stans would come at me because they feel passionately, alright, to protect Dream from being attacked or accused of whatever. Because if you're accused of cheating of speedrunning, for example, as a S fan, a stan, stalker fan, super fan, whatever you want to call it, you're going to defend that subject from any wrongdoing. Is that correct?
Yes.
I would say that yes.
Okay, I think Platin want to speak.
Yes.
Nathan,
Yeah.
Yeah.
just go
So,
around the sub,
the
guys.
goal-
Keep telling us your thoughts.
The goal of the stream, right? I just want to get this clear. Is that we're supposed to all agree on one thing, right? Is that the goal?
Not necessarily.
end of the stream,
No.
it's just
At the
agreeing
end of
on
the
something?
stream, I want to answer the question in the title. We're kind of almost there. We're at the moment we're still comparing Simps and Stans, but I think we're starting to move on to really, are they good or bad? What's your opinion? So just freely speak, Platty. Just say what's in your mind.
I don't really like. I think simps are bad, but stans. I don't really find anything wrong with stans.
Interesting. Yes.
Um,
Okay.
Like, even though, yeah, they are trying to protect the person from any wrongdoing, they can still be kind of debunked. And normally, like, all the stands of like Pokimane, when like some drama happened with her, they all like defended Pokimane. But then once she was actually like proven wrong, all the Sims kind of like ran away from that.
So
So
even when they're in the wrong, they won't, go to any means necessary to defend their, celebrity. If they do, they're no longer a stan. If they keep going, even though they're clearly in the wrong, or are there all kinds of stans here?
I think if they don't try to defend the person if they do something wrong, even if they did do something wrong, then I don't think they're a stan. If they're just if they're not doing something, yeah, if let's say, I don't know, Dream, your example earlier, he cheated, which that's a real example.
Yeah, good example.
And the person, one of the fans, were to not defend Dream like all the other stans did, then I would say they're just a normal fan, and they're actually seeing reason on what Dream did. That's
so.
Some normal
Stans have quite a one-sided view on things. When it comes to the thing or person that they are standing, they refuse to accept that there's anything wrong with them, that they're infallible.
Yes.
I'd say in practice, that's not in the definitions, but I'd say in practice that is an effect of stans. I think that's absolutely true. Ethan, you haven't spoken in a while. It's your turn, I think.
So Simps Stans, are they bad? I personally don't have anything against Simps Stans. I certainly don't have any. But no, seriously, I don't have any Simps Stans.
Ethan, we need to talk. I've kind of been feeling some things about you and your channel.
Oh god, no!
Oh no!
Don't worry, guys. I'm only an Ethan stan. I simp for Super Mario DJ, but that's completely separate.
No, what? Wait, what's this?
Good to know.
What? Sorry?
What's this?
Huh?
You simp for Super Mario DJ.
Someone clip that.
That was a joke.
That's
Guys. No.
I'm clipping that for Matt's the Mist.
Fuck. Yeah. No, but seriously, Ethan, you were gonna say. See, nothing against him personally.
So I don't have any I don't have anything against Simps Stans. If stans want to be stans, they can be stans.
Yeah.
Simps, maybe they go a bit further than stans.
Yeah.
Maybe that's wrong. Maybe it's wrong. Like I said, I don't have anything against it.
It's a moral grey area.
Yeah. And in regards to the Dream cheating scandal, where apparently, he said people accused him of cheating because of his luck with the blaze rods.
Yeah, he got very lucky.
Sure, it was very unlikely for him to get that many, but in the words of the 10th Doctor, it's not impossible, just a bit unlikely.
Hey, Doctor Who reference. I don't want to go too deep into this. This would be great for another debate, Derek, but it's old news, so I'd rather not go back to it because there was so much heated drama about it. But I don't think Dream didn't cheat. I know he didn't cheat. It's just that he got very lucky. And, the response video mostly convinced me. There are some problems with it, but, overall, it's a whole complicated thing, but, the nature of the investigation
To be honest with you guys, I have no idea about this particular thing you are talking about, because I don't get the reference.
That's fine. It's old drama. Big Minecraft speedrunner got accused of cheating, so his speedrun got removed. It wasn't even world record, it was 4th place. But 1.16 is very luck-based, so yeah, long story.
But 4th place is still pretty good.
It is. The whole world, that's incredible. To get in the top 100 is something to be admired, I think. But
I have a question.
Yeah, go on.
I want to know, so obviously, a huge community, a huge influencer is always going to have simps that happen for them, but at what point does a fan become a stan?
Ooh, here we go. That's the real questions.
That's a real question.
Going back to the definition, so it's to do with zealotry and obsession, right? But what is zealotry? What is obsession? Well, some of these definitions just say someone who greatly admires a singer or other famous person. That's what Cambridge says. But it qualifies that with to an extent that is unusual. But all of this is still kind of subjective, because what is usual? What is normal? What isn't?
Yeah.
Really good question, mate. Right on the spot. I need to bring you back from
This
the
is
debate.
very
I really like that
similar to
question,
the
honestly.
topic about ADHD and stuff
So-
like that, because this is exactly on
Diamond
that
Chef?
line. Like, where is something just a hobby, just a pastime, and when it start to be an obsession? Because,
Yeah.
like I
think
said,
Diamond Chef.
everybody has their subjective line where they draw it.
Yeah. What I can say for sure is that a fan becomes a stan when they start, I guess feeling passionately about the thing they're following to an extent that's unusual. But what is unusual exactly is a bit more blurred. I guess it's kind of a matter of interpretation, but let's say I go onto Twitch, I watch some Pokemon, I think she's awesome, let's give her a donation, there's $5. You know, is $5 simping? Or is $500 simping? Is maybe
So,
99,
okay.
100? Where's the boundary? You can't really draw a line. And that's just one example.
In your example, Matt, I personally think that if you subscribe on Twitch, which costs like $5 monthly, I think that's simping because you're paying $5 every single month to this one person. You know.
Let's not forget about
Like,
intent, though. If I don't
if
have
it-
the intent to get sexual gratification from her, is it simping?
Good point.
So let's assume that is
But-
my intention.
Honestly, I would totally ignore this €5 or dollars or whatever, because it's Twitch. That's the way the Twitch works. If you
just the
want
way.
to comment, if you want to leave trace, whatever kind, just be a part of a community chatting during her videos, you need to subscribe to her. You need to give her these €5, dollars, whatever. I don't know what kind of currency Twitch operates on.
But if you were doing it
So,
just because
I wouldn't
you wanted
say-
to,
I wouldn't say that that on its own is being simp, but if you just like send her randomly 500, then maybe
I mean that's a bit
it's like
sus.
a call for
that's kinda
attention.
odd.
Yeah,
But, yeah.
that's a call for attention. That's a call for having her tell your name at the start of.
See, I think if it's for attention, that's absolutely stunning,
sort of
right?
thing.
Because
I
stans really
have
want
something-
attention.
a side note to say.
But simping's a lot more specific. Go on,
Not
Splatty,
really.
go on. I'm
I
gonna
think
start
that
reading
was-
comments,
I-
by the way.
This is a side note, just like not going into a topic, but like just to say to Diamond Chef,
Mm,
that question probably the best question of this entire session.
yeah, credit where it's due. Yeah.
Yeah.
Does anyone else want to answer
Okay.
his question before we move on?
Well, I had something of my own to say.
That's fine. You can say that as well.
So Twitch makes you pay for subscriptions. You
Mm.
know, by how much is it like for a
$5
subscription?
a
I
month?
believe-
$5.
I
Okay,
believe depends on what tier you get. I think it goes up to tier 5, and every time it goes up by like $5. I believe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's it is.
So what I was gonna say is I'm glad YouTube doesn't make you pay for a subscription, because
Mm.
then it doesn't make you look like a simp. Because you
yeah,
know you
it's-
watch someone's content. It's free to subscribe. You watch
Subscriptions are
someone's
different.
content, you enjoy it, you subscribe.
Yeah, because on Twitch, following is equal to subscribing on YouTube, and on Twitch, subscribing, the YouTube equivalent of that is YouTube's version of joining a channel instead of subscribing. It's just a terminology difference. I wouldn't say they were equivalent, because you can pay to be a member of a large YouTube channel that has like chat perks and stuff. But point still
Sorry about-
stands. I guess yeah.
Sorry
That's
about that.
one of the reasons I use YouTube. Yeah, that's okay. DJ.
Sorry.
DJ, classic.
Sorry about the barking.
Bork, bork. I'm just gonna read
Yeah, I'm
chat, guys, because I really need
I'm
to
hearing
catch
barking
up.
as well.
It's DJ's.
It's-
DJ Platty's mic. Why do I
fine.
keep saying DJ? Oh my god. I'm reading chat. I'm
Um,
looking at chat. So Glitch talked about their sibling. Yep. Mood. I think DJ's point about context is important. Ronan thinks that Stan is less of a bad word to be called than simp, because Stan has kind of vanished in the background since simp started to take over. Stan has a less like negative connotation. And as Jenny mentioned, Stan can be used just for liking something because it's nice, not per se being obsessive and protecting over someone, even though obsessiveness is part of the definition. So now is Stan's definition changing? Is it being misused? Is it just a contextual thing? You got all of these doors opening up.
You can be obsessive in private. You can be obsessive, have your own background
here
of
we
the
go.
person and everything like that, but you are not going like forward with it. You are not annoying people in real life.
So
You
it's
can
about
just
openness.
do that. That's yes.
So there's open stands who are extroverted, loud, they keep shouting things out and they go out of their way to defend people on like ridiculous aggressive
Pretty
threads on
much.
Reddit and Tumblr, but there's
This
like quieter ones, I guess, so like closed stands who just feel very passionate but don't share it as much.
Look, you can have like a blog about your favorite person, character, or celebrity or whatever. You can share pictures and stuff like that, and just leave them alone. And that's your thing. And if that makes someone happy, then fine, go on. And that's standing. Yeah.
there
Yeah.
is
At least that's what I understand standing being like.
to add something. This is kind of like a controversial thing to add to the open stands.
Ooh, here we go.
But
Yeah.
But just, I would say, just like posting a ton and ton of memes that you made to like specially made yourself made them about like Dream or Pokemon or something. I
For
think
example.
that's standing.
Mhm.
Like, yeah, that's a little bit controversial. But
Is it like not standing then if people aren't like open and very vocal about it? If they're not
No,
vocal
no,
about
no.
standing,
It is.
yeah.
I don't.
Yes.
I don't really think that's standing. No, I don't
Hmm.
think if yeah.
But what if I were to say I support I really love Dream, and I'm not like saying, oh yeah, Dream is the best thing. I'm not trying to put it in everybody's faces, but let's say I play Minecraft with Dream Skin and I have a profile picture that's Dream related. Does that
And you
make me a
buy
stan?
his like plugins, which I think George actually did most of the work for.
To
Interesting.
Diamond Chef or Ethan, I don't know who said that
I
last
think it was
part.
DC. It was DC.
I do believe that's standing.
Hmm.
That's
But the
just
thing
my-
is,
my
they're not
opinion.
going out and advertising it. It's only standing if someone comes across it and perceives it. I mean, it's that argument, guys. That, oh, if something isn't perceived by a conscious being in reality, it's not real. Not quite how
Yeah.
it works, but from a certain point, again, perspective is everything, right? Because if something exists but no one knows about it, it may as well not exist, right?
Good point.
So, if someone's a stan but no one else knows about it, are they actually a stan? Of course they are. Because the person who is the stan knows and recognizes that. If they think they're a stan, as long as it conforms with the definition of zealotry and obsession, which I think it would, even if they weren't open about it, I think that would be a stan. I think what we're talking about here is variants of stans rather than stans versus non-stans. But if you want to contest that, go ahead.
I don't really have anything to
That's
contest
okay.
with
I want to
that.
keep reading chats. I need to catch up, so take a second to think, guys. I just want to say that I agree with DJ. We're not talking about actual stalking here, that's right, but actual stalking is just a big no-no. Not okay. Not in any case. I'm sure we all agree stalking is a bad thing. Following someone without their consent, being a literal stalker fan rather than a stan, seeing as stalker fans might be a segment of stans, or just a separate thing, because some people say it doesn't stand for stalker fan, but yeah, the actual stalking is bad.
Oh, actually, define stalker.
Well, someone
Ooh.
who goes out of their way to follow someone in the real world without that person's consent. You know,
Yeah.
just like I don't think
Makes
that's
sense.
complicated. I don't want to deep dive into the semantics of the word stalker, but fair enough. Good point. Because you gotta have the criteria. I
Yes.
think DJ's right. For example, my favorite female YouTuber. Oh god, most of the YouTubers I follow are male. Don't cancel me.
Oh, I actually have something to say about stands.
Go on.
It just it's not really a
Hold on,
question,
the example.
but if there was a stand, right, and there was gonna be like a surprise video or something of let's say, Tommy in it. He was bringing
Yes.
some of his friends over, like Wilbur Suit. Wilbur posted a picture on accident before the video was out, saying like in front of Tommy in his house with Tommy in it through the window. Stands would probably be like, "Oh my God, Wilbur Suit's barging into Tommy in its house! Oh my God!" That's kind of like the simplest
Yeah.
thing. You-
So they might accuse him of
Yeah.
stalking, but if Tommy's okay
Yeah.
with it, it's not stalking. I think
Yeah.
they're friends who've met in real life. I think I didn't watch the video. It's been recommended so many times, but I ignored it because I'm not interested. But yeah, I wouldn't say that was stalking.
Yeah.
And of course, there's also
But I mean, like-
stage stalking for pranks and stuff, which is different again because that's not real.
But like my point is that Stans would think like will probably cause like a whole part of drama on Wilbur Suit because of that picture. That's my point.
There's actually Ronan commented something which addressed this perfectly. I want to add that DJ's point about morality is pretty good. I mean, it's about intention, DJ. If I were to donate a large amount of money to like a female Twitch streamer, but I didn't have the intention of getting sexual gratification for them, kind of not really simping, doesn't really match with all the definitions of simping, because all of them are about seeking sexual gratification, submission. If I donate a large amount of money to Pokemon, but that wasn't the intention, that's not really simping. It might appear to be simping, and people could call me a simp, but that wouldn't actually be simping. Ronan said that stans are more inclined to accept when they're proven wrong, but simps are more like to keep defending something to the bitter end, even when they're wrong, because simps have something to get out of it. Stans are just passionate about something because they feel that way, because they like it. But simps
Now that's kind of like
extreme.
what in that comment I just read. That
Yeah.
kind of feels like it's going like reverse of what we said. Like stans, like simps are doing what the thing that we said stands for.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Simps are more like to have an ulterior motive and want to get something out of it. It's not per se based on the donation, but the thing a person wants to achieve. Exactly. All this talk of donation numbers is completely fickle. I think it's a bit of a spectrum. It has to be more complicated because you can't say all stans are less extreme than simps or all simps are less extreme than stans. Simps, the difference with simps is the intention and the target. It's specifically for sexual gratification, specifically more often than not, male to female. Stans is much more broad. It doesn't even have to be towards a celebrity specifically.
Yeah.
I'd say both are capable of having ulterior motives, because sometimes a stan might become an actual stalker, or a stan might want loads of attention in a similar but not identical way to a simp. It's hard to explain.
Yeah.
Like, I tell you what, I would love to I don't know, feature in a Dream video for clout, but that's not me simping for Dream. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just going to catch up with Champs. Sorry I haven't been reading, guys. I am acknowledging every comment. I have read everything. DJ mentioned that, I'm really glad you think this is a good stream. This is probably one of the best debate directs I've ever done. It's a rare thing to have this many people for this much time. Thank you. And Clouded Galactica, hello, I think I'm new. Leave a like if you're enjoying. Simp has been thrown around. Both these sims have been thrown around inappropriately, in my opinion, which is why I'm doing this debate. So I think, how long have we been going? We've been going for an hour, just over. Let's just roll it back and have a little recap. So, simp, the definition that I think we've agreed to is a submissive male desperately seeking what they perceive to be an idle female. To be an idle female's attention for sexual gratification. And a stan is much more simply a zealous or obsessive fan. You can see my sources, guys. I can't be bothered to link all of these, but if you just Google the word, you'll find all of these. I've used dictionary.com, I've used Tab, Metro, Men's Health, Know Your Meme, New York Times, Cambridge, Lexico, Bustle, and even Urban Dictionary. I've acknowledged the Eminem song, although some people say it goes back to 1985 with the rap song, rather than, I think the Eminem thing was like early 2000s. There's also this acronym, and Stan's more consistent, Simp's a little bit more fluid, and it changes with context. But let's really get down to the nitty-gritty now. Does anyone have anything to say before I ask the final question of the debate?
Well, my last take on when I go back to my question, I'm going back to what you said a while back during the stream. You said that a fan would understand if a creator is in the wrong, while a stan would always try to back up that their creator.
Yeah.
And I'm just saying, if a stan were to understand that, yeah, he did something wrong, does that make them a stan? Because I feel like the line is still very blurry.
Yeah, it's very blurry. I don't think it is as simple as one or the other. What I was remarking at was kind of echoing what you guys were saying. I'll give my full opinion at the end. I will say, I think for both Simpson stans, both can be the case. A stan might defend to the bitter end. I think it's kind of scale here, because it says obsessive, zealous, to an extent that's unusual. But does unusual go as far as, you know, without compromise? Or if someone does concede that actually, yeah, okay, this guy was in the wrong, you know, can someone still be a dream stan believing that he did cheat? Or that Manhunt's staged? I'm not sure. I can't answer that. I think... I want to say no. This isn't really in the definition, but I feel like a stan will go to any length because of the zealotry, because that's the thing that's emphasized in the definition. And a simp, which I think is just a variant of stan, whether that's right or not, let me think about this. Simp is more complicated, because on the one hand, they want something, I mean, if a simp wants sexual gratification out of like a Twitch streamer, I think it's actually, there's less emotion in that, because that's very shallow. I mean, this might just be my opinion, because I'm a woke feminist, guys, who's SJW. But jokes aside, I think there's actually less emotion. There's less, because if a guy just wants sexual attention from a streamer, I think their patience is more likely to run out than for someone who is genuinely, deeply, and passionately obsessed with something on a more emotional rather than I wouldn't call lust, you know, that much of an emotional depth. I think there's a more emotional depth with a stan. So actually, a stan is more likely to defend to the bitter end. But I think in both cases it can go either way, depending on extremity. I'm not sure. Does that mean I'm a stan? I'm gonna stop talking. I'm rambling. A stan is able to understand. Yes. Can a stan understand? Does a stan appreciate and qualify? Clouded Galactic is giving us some brilliant stuff in chat, so
Hey,
it can
Matt.
be a bit free when they get weird.
Hey, Matt, has anybody responded to any of the things I said in chat?
I'm not sure if they've responded specifically. I'm pretty sure I've read everything. Danny Fox said chimps. I don't know how to respond to that, so sorry, mate. But Clouded Galactic is remarking that they think...
Chimps?
I don't know, alright? I don't know, guys. I
Go back, I want to be monkey.
Yes, go back, I want to be monkey. Reject modernity, return to monkey.
Hello?
What was that?
What? What was that?
It's like a phaser. Alright. Clouded Galactica says that simp is kind of like a vein of stan. I agree with that. This is interesting. We're on the same page. Guys, before the stream ends, we're halfway, not actually halfway, but we're supposed to be halfway through. So if you have enjoyed, shameless plug, leave a like if you have already. If we hit our like goal of 15 likes, I'll do another debate direct very soon. The best answer to Kyoto will win a free shout-out linked in the description with everything else. Be sure to subscribe and hit the bell for notifications if you haven't already. Or, if you prefer other things than YouTube, you can find my social media pages linked below. I have Reddit, Discord, Instagram, Twitter. On all of these, you can find, you know, more consistent notifications, extra and community fan content from Mr. Matt. I also have a Fiverr if you want to buy my services on there. I promise I am reasonable, and I think if you're starting a YouTube channel, you could do with a hand from me. I promise I'm experienced. What happened to the music? The music just cut out.
Hey, Matt, I have a suggestion for
yeah.
you for YouTube on
What
how
is
to
it?
like sell out.
What is it?
Technoblade does a thing called a sellout timer where he sets a timer on his phone for 30 minutes, and when that timer is done, he says like all the like subscribe and all that.
I should do that. Sellout timer. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, but
Yeah,
jokes
go on.
aside, guys, here are the most important things. First of all, today's charity shout-out goes to Save the Rainforest. No, it's not the name of it's the Rainforest Trust. It just says Save the Rainforest. I always say it wrong. But yeah, guys, Rainforest in urgent need of your help. Every minute, 50 acres of rainforest are lost forever. Like, isn't a football ground like 1 acre or like 2 acres? That is a large portion of land. And rainforests...
Wait, how does
just let me read this out. Rainforests are the life support system of our planet and home to millions of communities and threatened species, but climate change, species extinctions, and deforestation threaten all life on Earth. Saving rainforests helps regulate our climate, filter pollutants, and protect our most endangered wildlife, among so many other benefits. And the Rainforest Trust, this charity, is establishing permanent protected areas for threatened rainforest and other tropical habitats. And they've protected over 24 million acres of rainforest in 30 years, which is very impressive. That's a very large amounts. So please, if you can, support Rainforest Trust and you'll protect life on Earth. They're a really good charity working for a brilliant cause. You can donate, you can sign petitions, you can read up on all the information here. If you're not convinced, just please go check out the link in the description, because rainforests are in danger, and this charity is absolutely deserving of your donation. And while we're here, go check out my collaborators, DC, Ethan, Jelly, and Platty. They're all linked in the description. You can also find the Dungeons & Dragons YouTube channel that Jelly's featuring on with me, and a whole bunch of other people. Hello, Ronan. I know you're still in chat, I think. But yeah, go check out all the links, guys. If you're not sure where to find something, just look in the description. It's all there. I've also got all the music that I've used. But yeah, like, share, subscribe. Do share, because I'm going to do something special when I hit 500 subscribers, and we're on the way, alright? We're on the way.
Subscribe to Mr. Matt to stay hydrated for your rest of your life.
Yes, hydrate.
Or your health will burn down. No, that's a joke, but
Yeah.
if
Anyway,
you don't take the risk.
enough shameless
If you're
plugging.
on a-
Also check out these guys. You guys can plug. But I'm going to just catch up with chat again, because I can see some new messages flooding in. Hello, Holly Jolly Carl. I'm assuming you're new here, but thank you. You've come just in time for the plug. Back to the content. DJ has said that some people get emotional support from the content they watch because it actually pulls them out of whatever's going on in life and gives them some enjoyment and happiness from their favorite content creator. So honestly, I think you can really enjoy something without being a stan or a simp. This is extreme, okay? Say that you message your favorite creator telling them, "Thank you for entertaining me for 3 years." Oh, Spotify pause while transmitting audio. That's right. You guys can still hear me, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Cool. Imagine, someone messages their favorite creator, 8-Bit Ryan, I've been watching your videos since 2016. You have entertained me for so long with so much. If it were not for you, I wouldn't still be here, because you put away my suicidal thoughts and helped me get therapy.
Oh, that's dark.
So, yeah,
Wow.
but imagine, right? Someone said, because I have seen comments of that kind on many creators' videos. Is that person a simp or a stan?
They're neither.
They are neither.
I
Yeah.
would
Get from their own
say that,
category.
yeah, either they are just regular fans who were actually lucky that they found whatever reason that kept them alive, because at that point you are lucky if you will get something like that. But depending on how obsessive they are, they could be either stamps or, yeah, just regular fans. Or not really obsessive, but like, yeah.
That sounds
what I
like an extremity, but I don't think it meets the criteria. And I would also contest that maybe stan needs to be more clarified as a definition. Maybe it needs more nuance, because zealous obsessive fan is broad. I've remarked this several times. It's broad. Maybe it's too broad. Maybe there's another factor that we need to clarify in there. It's definitely not the same as simp, where there's an ulterior motive, which is, quite frankly, sexist by nature and kind of gross. But stanning, I think it comes back to the openness question. You know, if you're not outwardly a stan, are you really a stan? It's maybe there are different sets of rules on different contexts. It's kind of complicated. I'm just responding to something on my phone, guys. Feel free to talk. So, okay. Final question. All right, we're gonna end the stream now. Simps and stans, are they bad things? Are they not? And if so, why? Go.
I don't think that stands are a bad thing, even though they will support the person even if they do something wrong. Eventually, they'll wean themselves out of it, and I think simps are a bad thing.
Okay. Why do you think simps are bad?
Agreed.
I think simps are bad, mainly because, what's it called? Mainly because of, the harassment that simps have given the Bogeyman. And that's basically the only way I know about Simps Stans, because of Pokimane and how she completely quit Twitch for a period of time because of Simps.
Damn.
So I don't think too kindly of Simps.
Yeah.
That's my final reason.
All
I
right.
would agree with that. Like, Sims are definitely bad because there's this certain level of aggression, whether it's sexual or just aggression and attention, which is bothering the people towards whom they are oriented, like their focus. Meanwhile, stans stans are just people who are a little bit too happy about whatever is their obsession or joy or what. But on their own, they are pretty harmless.
Yeah,
Okay.
I can agree with that.
Ethan left chat. I don't know why, but he's back. Hello, Ethan. You had a little bit of a tech issue there.
It just disconnected me by itself. It never does that.
Oh, that's a shame.
My
Yep.
point about how Sims are bad is just not all of them are bad. Like some of them could be really genuine people, but from the ones that I've heard, and they've kind of given me a negative reputation of them, which you know, like I mentioned,
Okay.
the Pokemon thing.
Ethan and DC, one of you go. What's your final answer to the question? If you need it, that's fine.
What was the question?
So, Simps Stans, are they bad things? If so, if not, why?
Well, I don't think either of them are necessarily bad. I mean, stands, I guess the only real bad thing they do is, like, defend the person they're standing as long as they live. And, simp, I guess, like, if they're simping excessively, then I guess that's bad, but as long as they don't go too far, I guess it's fine.
Okay. Well, it's like the prejudice discrimination difference here, because thinking about something is one thing, acting on that thought is another. So, you know, if either simple Stan was to act on their feelings, that would be negative, but inaction wouldn't be.
Well,
Maybe,
I
maybe
say stands are good, but only to a certain extent. I feel like stands, if they were more, because yeah, it's really good to defend a creator if they're in the right of something and people are saying they did something wrong. But I feel like stands need to know when if the creator did something wrong, they need to, at a certain point, they need to understand that the creator did something wrong, and that's that. And also, Simps, I feel like they're not good.
Never good.
Only because Simps, I feel like they try to get attention from a creator, and that's taken away from the content that the creator is giving out. So, you know, if a creator's playing a game and there's a sim that's constantly trying to get attention from the creator, I feel like that's taking away from what the creator's trying to give to the world.
Agreed.
So that's my take. That's what I think.
There's good takes. All right, I'm gonna finish this off. So I just want to acknowledge Cloud Galactica in chat because it was a new message. Someone can appreciate something without being a stan, that makes them happy. I agree, even if it's to an unusual extent. Let me just read this first. Stans. It's rare to find bad stans nowadays. The word is more jokingly used. Simps are just out to get something from their target, just using said target for their own gratification. So, with everything in mind, here's my take. All right, from the end of the stream. Stans are mostly pretty good. Being a stan, there's nothing inherently wrong with it. Acting on, you know, the thoughts and feelings of being a stan, if you're going to extremes and, you know, seeking out argument and, you know, bullying people online just because you want to defend someone, a creator who's in the wrong, that is toxic. That is bad. But you can still be a stan even if you recognize when your favorite, whoever you stan, the celebrity or whoever, has done something wrong. You can still be a stan, acknowledge that, and kind of move on. I believe Stream still has stans, even stans who have acknowledged that, yeah, okay, he might have cheated, and he's done some pretty shady stuff. Personally, I don't think he cheated, but that's a whole other
like you,
can
Matt.
of worms.
Like you, Matt.
Yes.
Your example is just you.
What do you mean? I'm not a Dream stan. I'm not a Dream stan. I should probably clarify. I like his content. I like it a lot, but that I don't stan him. Maybe his content. But simps are a disease. They are a cancer because I think unlike stans, they don't actually have a deep emotional connection to the thing they're saying. Usually a creator, celebrity, or person. I think Cloud Galactica summed it up perfectly in that they're really just out to get a selfish, impulsive desire, which is often inherently sexist, and using a target for their own gratification. If I was attracted to Pokemon or some Twitch streamer, for example, I don't think I would be a simp unless I actually acted on that. I think simps have to act. Because a simp is someone who is submissive. They do something to show off their submission and subservience in a desperate, quest to find their idols, attention. And
Attention seekers.
Stans, the definition, as far as I can tell, because of course all of this argument falls apart if we start using different definitions, and that may well change in future. But according to the information I have now, Stans really are just zealous and obsessive fans. It doesn't specify whether they act on any of that zealotry or obsession, or whether those actions are necessarily negative, because that comes down to specific contexts. Let's say Dream was in the right the whole time. People defending him, you can argue on their behalf, although going out of your way to be toxic and start arguments is probably never really a good thing, I think. Everyone has their own moral compass. I'd like to hope that most of us line up with the same basic principles. So yeah, Simps and Stans bad things, mostly not with Stans, absolutely yes with Simps, and that is my view that I'm going to carry with me after the stream.
Oh, I was gonna talk about something that DJ wrote in the chat. He says, everyone will have that moment of OMG, I'm talking to my favorite content creator, etc. I had not as an exciting moment, but it's not as exciting as actually talking, but it's still pretty good. So I submitted a clip for 8-Bit Ryan to react to in his Try Not to Laugh challenge, and he reacted to it. And it felt really nice to have him react to something that I submitted to him. Not as good as actually talking to him. I mean that the chances of that are astronomically low.
You know what? I've got to show you guys something. Keep talking though. Finish your point.
Yeah. So I submitted him that clip of those funny off-brands. He reacted to it. The clip got 1.1 thousand likes.
That's mad, dude.
I think right now it stands at almost 2,000 views. I meant views.
There's also it's like the difference between teasing and bullying. There's the consistency. If there's a one-off thing, which I wouldn't consider that simping or standing, but if there was a one-off event which made you look like a simp or a stan, are you actually a simp or a stan? Or do you have to do it a certain number of times in order to get that qualification? Does it have to be
I would say
consistent?
It's a repeated thing. Because if it happens once or twice, everybody has a right to be happy when they are noticed by someone who they think well of. Yeah?
Yeah.
So when someone mentions you or notices you, it's normal to be happy about it, but following it with a behavior that you hope that you get noticed again and again, that's a good thing.
And yeah, standing is not necessarily negative. I think, for example, Super Mario DJ, is he a Mr. Matt stan? Maybe, he used to be, because before we were really friends, and this is the same for me to probably Diamond Chef, I think, or for any of you to me who were watching my content before you met me, in person, so to speak. You do have that moment of, OMG, I'm talking to the dude who's doing the content creation, and that is something special. I don't think that makes you either a stan or a simp, because it's a one-off thing, but even if you were acting in some way that was reminiscent, What is it, Platty?
So I have a few things to say. First of all, you really had to call out a DJ like that.
I'm calling you out as well, Platty. I'm calling out Platty, DJ, Ethan, everyone. Well, not Jelly and not DC.
Yeah. When I first started talking to you, first started talking to you in voice chat, I was really excited to talk to you, but I didn't freak out. I freaked out on the inside, but I kept it calm.
Yeah,
I kept calm.
I wouldn't even if you guys had started saying or doing things which were reminiscent of standing. If it's a one-off, I wouldn't count it. And there's nothing wrong with being a stand, guys. Go on, yeah.
my second thing I needed to say, it's fine. But my second thing I wanted to say is that technically I didn't really have that moment with you about oh my god, I'm talking to him, because we met each other through a game community, and I didn't even know you had a channel at that time.
I can't remember how we met. I'm sorry, I'm probably generalizing.
I mean, what about when Mr. Matt first saw me?
And I did meet a bunch of YouTubers and games on Rec Room. And at first, when I met the first YouTuber, I was like, oh, whoa, I'm talking to the guy. And then after that, it kind of got oh, cool. I'm talking to the guy. I wasn't like, first time I was freaking out, and then after that, it kind of like got normal to me, just playing with YouTubers.
Yeah, I've never had the honor of like being in voice chat or meeting someone famous in real life. The only times that's happened are a few book authors. I think the most famous person I've actually like shook hands with is probably Owen Colfer, who is an Irish author who wrote the Artemis Fowl series. Very, very big influence in my childhood. Amazing guy. And there are a few others. Steve Cole. I've met Steve Cole, and he's written for Doctor Who. He's written James Bond. He's written all kinds of good stuff. But I will show you guys this. If you all look on the stream. I don't know how well you can read that.
I have to load up your stream again.
That's fine.
I have to wait a bit because the stream's delayed.
It's really hard to read. When my brother Joe was working at TK Maxx, he bumped into someone. And he recognized him because I've been showing him the 8-bit game videos. I think you can read that.
Oh my god.
It says,
oh my god.
To Matthew, because Joe got him to write a message for me. Thank you so much for watching my videos. Stay awesome. Other Ryan, Bazamalam.
Wow.
Bazamalam.
Wow,
He
that's
was
awesome.
in my town. He was just a few miles away from me while my bro was at work, and he got him to write this message on a receipt, and he gave it to me when he came home from work.
Oh my
That
god.
is awesome.
I know
Pretty
Bazamalam,
cool.
I know he's never going to see this, but Baz, you're a legend, alright? You know, huge influence in my childhood. Just great content creator, really genuine guy. I love him. But yeah, that's but does that make me a Baz simp? Stan?
No,
No, absolutely
no,
not.
definitely.
Not at all.
But it wouldn't be a bad thing.
I mean, I think it's cool having something from somebody.
Right.
Yeah,
It's
agreed.
kind of getting off topic now, but yeah, that was kind of magical, honestly. And I dream one day maybe I'll meet these guys. That'd be kind of awesome. Hello, Jose. Thank you for joining. I'm sorry cutting it at the end. But I think that wraps everything up, guys. So my view on it is that Simps and Stans. You know, I think Simps are always a bad thing because the ulterior motive is inherently toxic. But Stans, you know, it depends on context. It depends on what exactly they're defending and how extreme they actually are. Because the definition is so much broader, Stans cover a wider variety of people than, you know, Simps. So that is yeah. That's everything I gotta say. What is going on? What is going on back there?
I have no idea.
Guys, I'm gonna end the stream now. Do you have anything you want to say before we finish?
I hope everyone has an amazing day. I hope they enjoy the stream. If your day is going bad, I hope it gets better. And if it's going good, I hope it stays like that.
Yes.
That's it.
Yeah,
Brilliant
agree.
message.
All the best to everybody.
I have a good day. Thanks for having me. Check out my channel for
Have
exclusive
good
Smash
day.
content.
Just with your profile picture, just have good day. Yeah, guys, go
Have
check
good
out
day.
everybody's links in the description. Platty has a YouTube channel. Ethan has a YouTube channel. Jelly has, she's featuring on a YouTube channel, has a Tumblr. DC has a Game Jolt, among other things, but that's like his primary. He's got a Discord as well. Check out the Discord. But yeah, go
Mr.
check
Matt.
out, what is it? What?
Nice modded theme. I'm putting you now, mate.
Oh no.
What was that?
What, mate? Oh, he's gonna report me to Discord, guys. I'm gonna get banned for violating TOS. Fuck.
No
I'm kidding.
way.
Thank you, Jose. Thank you very much. But that's fine, DJ. Now, I don't remember if we had a Kyoto the answer, so I might just remove that. But go check out the Rainforest Trust, guys. Go check out my Fiverr and my social pages if you're interested in, you know, better notifications, extra content, all that kind of stuff. The music credits are all in there, just for legal reasons, but if you want to know where the music's from, you can check that out. And, yeah, like, subscribe, hit the bell, share this with your friends, and stay hydrated. All the support is very much appreciated. I'll be back with another stream very soon.
Can we start talking during the end screen?
Yep, we're about to get that, because when I disappear, you guys won't be able to see or hear me, but you'll be able to hear everything the collaborators are saying, so I'm going to disappear now and let the others take it out. Alright,
and he's
hydration in
leaving.
chat.
Can I say the outro?
Do it, Ethan. Thank you so much for watching, and stay hydrated.
Alright,
Okay. Check out the 2 spin-off Mr. Matt channels I created. Matt's the Mist for memes, and Mr. Matt's Hydrated Highlights for the highlights.
check out my channel if you want to see exclusive content with me and Mr. Matt. Content you won't see anywhere else on his channel but mine. Okay, boys. I'm a ghost. I'm a ghost.
Oh, what was that?
What was that?
I'm a ghost.
Oh, jeez.
Sellout timer. Sell out. Everyone sell out their channels, my guy.
Bean.
Oh, jeez.
Bean.
Beans.
Have a good day, Mario.
Have a good day, everybody.
See ya.
Bye bye.
Yeah,
Good
bye
seeing you at the
everybody. Have a
stream.
nice day.
Bye.
Or evening or whatever.